hello, my kindergarten first and third grade friends. Today we're going to review an informational text or nonfiction text today. It's called Wonders of the World. Have you ever thought about how some of these big structures that were built by humans long ago were made or why they made them? Today we're going to look at two of these structures. One of them is the Great Wall of China, which is really long. The other one wasn't made by a person, but it's one of the world's tallest mountains. It's Mount Everest. Before we start reading about our facts, friends, I want to show you something that is used in informational text when you read these books. It's called a glossary. A glossary is kind of like a miniature dictionary. For my kindergarten and first grade friends, they may not know what a dictionary is yet. A dictionary is when people took a whole bunch of words and they wrote just a sentence describing what that word was. Like they'd say a dog is an animal that likes to bark. That would be a dictionary definition for a dog. Well, our scientists did the same thing, friends, for words that were scientific and important. And it's important for us to know about words in the glossary because sometimes we read a really big word, my kindergarten, first, and third grade friends, and we go, I don't know what that word means, and then we skip over it. But that's not being a really good reader. Really good readers look for clues around that word to see if they can find out what it means. And if they can't find out what it means, they go to the mini dictionary called the glossary at the back of the text in order to find out what it means. All right, friends, are you ready to read about the Great Wall of China? I am. Now, if my friends have ever seen Mulan, the Great Wall of China was actually part of the Mulan movie. And the guy that was invading China didn't like that wall because it made it seem as though the emperor was challenging him. So we are going to look at the Great Wall of China today and see if that's really why it was built. I'm going to use my table of continents to find it, friends. I have to go to page 48. The Great Wall of China. The world's largest man-made structure, the Great Wall of China, is more than 12,400 miles long. Its construction began in the 2nd century, with more extensions added over the next 1,700 years. The wall features watchtowers and gatehouses, forming a strong defensive system. So it's kind of like how at the beginning of Mulan, friends, when the characters had the fireballs and they used them to light them up to warn others. So we know that that part was a true fact that was used in the movie. And here in the picture, you can see how long the wall is traveling in China. Ooh, let's read a fact. Just like Mulan had a dragon, Chinese believe that the dragon symbolized something special. So it says, helpful dragon. Chinese folklore regards dragons as kindly creatures that live in rivers and mountains. According to a legend, a helpful dragon laid out the course of the wall across the landscape. And it's kind of cool that our dragon is in the same shape as the wall, where it has bumps and ridges, and it keeps flowing. Let's read another fun fact. Desert Fort. The fortress of the Great Wall, known as passes, are the only places that travelers can cross over. The Jiangun Fortress, situated in the Gobi Desert, protects the western end of the wall. Jiangun and the wall in this region are made from dried mud and stones. So just like there's only certain ways to get in and out of places with doors, friends, our people who made the Great Wall of China had created special spots that people could go to get in and out of that part of China. Now we are going to use our table of continents to find out Mount Everest is on page 6. Let's read some fun facts about Mount Everest. And Mount Everest is also in China, just like our Great Wall of China. It says, Mount Everest is located on the border between Nepal and China. And Nepal is another country. Kind of like how the United States has different states in it, and Ohio's next door neighbor is Indiana. Well, the country of China has a next door neighbor too, and it's the country of Nepal. Let's read our facts about this mountain, friend. The highest place on Earth, the summit or peak of Mount Everest, rises 29,029 feet above sea level. The climb to the top, a patch of rock and snow, no bigger than a double bed, is long and dangerous. So far, around 3,500 climbers have succeeded in reaching the summit. Let's read some facts. Highest monastery. Located halfway up the northern side of the mountain, Rongbuk Monastery is the world's highest monastery at 16,340 feet. According to Tibetan Buddhist beliefs, goddess Muyoleng Sama lives at the top of the mountain. Many climbers seek her blessing before starting their expedition. So this is kind of like their version of a church. Just like people in the United States think different things about gods, so do people in other countries, friends. Let's see what it says about Sherpas. The Sherpas are a group of people who live in the valley around the mountain. They earn their living as guides and porters, carrying equipment for visiting climbers. The world-famous Tenzing Norgay was a Sherpa. So Sherpas are people that help others carry their items around. Let's see what other fun facts we have. Glimpses of the past. The limestone that forms the top section of Mount Everest contains fossilized seashells and remains of various sea animals. These fossils show us that the rock, now the highest point on the earth, formed at the bottom of the ocean around 450 million years ago. So that's kind of cool.